All right. This is a woman that needs no introduction, and you know that. AnnMaria, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you're here today?
Okay, well, I just flew in from Silicon Valley, from Santiago, Chile, to see my lovely daughter, Ronda, get inducted into the International Sports Hall of Fame. So we're going to be the first mother-daughter ever. And I wasn't going to come because it's on the other side of the world, but then she gave me that look, Mom. And then we're both being promoted. She's going to get her 6th degree black belt today, and I'm getting my 7th degree black belt.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's a background check and all that, and then you have to get references. So I had to sign and confirm that Ronda was safe to be around children. So I did confirm that.
Yeah, see, you're lucky your mommy loves you. But so you've done so many great things in sports, but what you're doing in tech right now is very interesting. Like right now we're here at the International Sports Hall of Fame. As you said, first mother-daughter induction. It's pretty awesome because you got inducted a couple of years ago. How did that feel? It
was a great honor, and the reason it was great is that for the International Sports Hall of Fame, it's not just sport, but the 3 criteria are you have to have done something in addition to sport. So, for example, like you said, I founded 7 Generation Games, so I founded a tech company that makes educational games. Rhonda's been in movies and TV and all the, she actually does a lot of investments. And then, so all the people in it have not just sports, but additional, and then on top of that, there's sort of a character component. So you notice that you don't have any people up here who are popped for steroids or DUIs or not that I'm going to bring up anybody's anything, but Rhonda's a good kid, and so that makes it super cool. And like I said, with me, I have my faults, but none of them involve the legal profession.
Yeah, well, look, no one's perfect, but I tell you this much, again, what you've done is amazing, and for me, that's the motivational, inspirational part of it, because you're inspiring the youth to want more in life. That's what you're doing right now.
Well, that's what I try both in our games and in sports, to just make people see that just because you haven't learned it yet doesn't mean you can't do it. We make educational games that kids play math. So if you ever played Super Mario Brothers, and as you're coming in to leap over the platform, something comes up and you have to calculate, like, how far is it? And if you get the wrong number, then you fall to your death. Right. So it's math or death. And if we killed people when they failed at math problems, they would work a lot harder.
Yeah.
But it's like a game. I mean, in judo, it's a sport where people can knock you down and choke you and armbar you, and yet people want to do it. It's not that we're afraid of hard things. It's that we're afraid that we won't be able to succeed in the end. So putting people in a situation, whether it's in sports or whether it's in a game, where you make the difficulty going up gradually enough that they can see that they can do it, I think that's super important.
And I think that forces them to challenge themselves a little more.
Well, that's right. I mean, no one, I always say, no one says, oh my gosh, they can take a selfie, let's hire them. People want to hire you for the difficult things that you've learned to do. And how, when I was now I'm in Santiago, and I was leaving Chile yesterday, and somebody said to me, this is really hard, starting a company in another country and selling in your second language is really hard. And I looked at him and said, I've done a lot of hard things before. So I think that background in sports helps when you can translate it into starting a company is difficult, and it takes a lot. It's not just that it's difficult, but it's difficult over a long period of time.
But that's the athlete in you. When you see something and it may seem unattainable, and somebody says, "Hey, you can't do that." Yeah, you know what? Let's give it a shot, right?
That's exactly it. I mean, when I went to San Jose, Silicon Valley, and tried to pitch to investors, I'm going to do this gaming company, and I'm going to replace math class with a game, and kids, instead of doing homework, are going to play a game, and their math scores are going to go up. And people said, well, who are you? You're like a Latina grandma. You're not the kind of person that makes games. And I said, what? Screw all you people. I'm going to do it anyway. And I did. And now we have 7 games out. So
and you're just getting warmed up right now.
This is true. Yeah. I am.
I love it. I love it because you're motivating these kids, the youth of not only America, but worldwide, giving them that vision that, hey, you know what? You can do it, and I'm going to help you by opening up the door.
And I think that's the important thing we need to do as adults is give kids those tools that, people say, well, I don't have a math brain. I mean, no one says, I can't walk. I don't have a walking brain. It's just a matter of convincing people that they can do it. And you know, what, like we were talking about, if you start at a level where it's not very difficult and it gets gradually more and more and more difficult, that's what a good game does. That's what a good teacher does. And that's what we're trying to do.
I love it. I love it. Do you have a website?
I do. It's www.7generationgames.com.
Well, check the number 7generations.com. Check it out. Generation Games. It's underneath there. Just check it out. Definitely, AnnMaria, thank you so much. And again, congratulations not only of what happened for you a couple of years ago, but with your daughter today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.